before we start this little podcast, I ain't gonna be on here long. Like, if I would have been on here sooner, I lost track of time. It was all on me. This is why I'm really late with it. Um, before we um, before we actually start the stream, let's say a little prayer first here. So let's go ahead and say, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us for our sins, and forgive us our sins against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. Lord Father, you are the power, the honor, and the glory. Holy Heavenly Father, I come before you at this night, Lord Father. Father, just want to say thank you, Lord Father, for blessing me throughout another day, just another day, Lord Father. Just blessing me out, me watching over me, Lord Father. Father, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for growing my channel just a little bit more. Father, I pray, Lord Father, that you grow a little bit more. 100 subscribers is all that what you got. Lord Father, I pray that you watch over the stream, praying that nothing technical happens. Father, I've seen the blessings of your work. Father, we just thank you for this miracle. The Lord is nothing but you, Lord Father. And help me, Lord Father, get to this point, Lord Father. 100 subscribers, anybody can get that. Father, I cherish you because I know you only made it. I was struggling just to get there. Father, thank you. We owe all the praise and honor to you, my Lord. Amen. Amen. God bless. So, yes, I hit 100 subscribers finally. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We give all glory to God firsthand, but thank you for the support. Thank you for continuing watching this mess of a channel. It's small, but it's growing. But I want to say thank you once again for subscribing to this channel. So, without further ado, I was going to talk about the PS5 event and stuff like that, but I only have like a few games I want to talk about out that. So I'm going to give my overall feelings on the PS5 so far. First and foremost, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Yes, I'm still fighting my code. First and foremost, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. I'm not a fan of how Sony has handled the PS5 so far. One of the things I'm not agreeing with is how they're going to tell us that, next generation games are only going to be, next gen games. And they're going to have us talking about, oh, you got Spider-Man, Forbidden West, and other games coming, and we're going to be supporting for like a couple more years. Which I'm not truly mad, because now it doesn't give me a reason to buy a PS5 anytime soon. If I want to play Miles, play it on PS4. If I want to play it on, if I want to play Forbidden West, play it on my PS4. I don't really have to rush out and buy a console. But with that being said, there's some stuff that I myself am happy for. So one of the games that I am happy for, of course, is Final Fantasy 16. I did not think that Final Fantasy 16 was going to get announced in that presentation. I am loving Final Fantasy 15. I know that makes people choke, but here's the thing though. I wouldn't have loved Final Fantasy 15 if it wasn't for the Pocket Edition on the Nintendo Switch. So, with that being said, Final Fantasy 15, I like it, I love it. If it wasn't for that for the Pocket Edition, I would not have never ever found a love for the game. Now it got me trying out new Final Fantasy games. Like I'm playing 12 on Switch as well. I'm playing World of Final Fantasy as well. So it's so I am loving the Final Fantasy. So I got happy when I saw Final Fantasy 15. A lot of people are not liking it. Trust me, I just hated that it's gonna be. I just hated that it's gonna be like PS5 exclusive, only because it doesn't look really next gen to me. It doesn't really look a whole lot next gen to me. Like Final what's the like Miles Morales. It doesn't look actually like next gen. So I am I'm kind of liking the Final Fantasy 5. It's really mature this time. It's really violent, gory, bloody this time around. Surprisingly so. I saw. I saw him, I didn't see him around the corner. But I'm actually happy for Final Fantasy 15. So yeah, I'm gonna say talk about Miles Morales. So that game, whew, it looks good. It looks really, really good on PS5. The lighting and everything, you know, the lighting and everything with the game, it looks great from what I've seen. I like the detail. Somebody zoomed in on his hair. Boy got mad curls in his hair. I love how his hair. I love how it just look and everything. It's just a good looking game. The combat looks fluid. I mean, and I have Spider Man on PS4, and I'm not going to play that game on stream. Right now, I'm playing Call of Duty because that's the only thing on my PS4 until I get Cold War. Cause I'm practicing up for Cold War, and you see I'm sucking at it right now, man. You see I'm sucking at it. But Miles Morales right now is looking like an awesome PS5, looking like an awesome PS5 game. I I feel bad I'm buying it for PS4, but I also want to spend $5.99 to play a video game. But you know, not $5.99, $4.99. And I deserve that for spreading this information. No, I really deserve that one. But yeah, I'm gonna get to the price tags in a minute. But that Hogwarts game, you gotta show me some more on that Hogwarts game because you're gonna show that off on PlayStation. Us Harry Potter fans. We like our games and stuff like that. And I cannot tell you how happy I was to finally see a new Harry Potter game being made. Um, Holy crap, I am damn. I'm in fourth place. A new Harry Potter game being made, you know, from the ground up. Most of the time you see these licensed games, and you see most of these games and everything, and they look like that's my last Harry Potter game being played was Goblet of Fire. That was on the PSP of all things. Ah, crap. That was on the PSP of all things. I love the PSP. That was my last Harry Potter game, and I looked at it and I thought, this game might be fire. It's not that standard, license crap, game. It's not that standard license crap game where you have, the Harry Potter, the Hermione Granger, everything. It might be that, but it looks like a more your adventure more so than a regular Harry Potter adventure. And that's the way I really like those kind of games. It might be a big contender with Hobbit. It might be a big contender with Hobbit if I want to be honest with you. So I am looking forward to that game as well. I am looking forward to that game as well. Uh, Definitely. I don't know about Deathloop, man. It's been in my mind for a while, especially with Bethesda. Yeah, bought out. I don't really care for that game. It was okay. It was okay for the most part. Um, in my honest opinion, I really think that Deathloop is okay. I just can't remember most of it. I don't get the concept of it. Like you die, you be in reverse, time loop or something like that. I don't get it. Man. You die, do it all over again. It sounds more like Hades. You gotta play that game. You gotta play that. You gotta play that game Hades and everything like that. It's on Switch, but it's like when you die, you start over. It's more like a Deathloop game, which I don't really. It's more like a Deathloop game where you die, you start over, yada yada, all that stuff. I don't get the concept really, but I'm not really looking forward to that game. Another game that really caught my eye is Demon Souls, but whew, I'm about to get to this topic because it's gonna be a great transition for this one because I got to get Sony a new one with this one because I'm not feeling what they're trying to do with the prices of video games, everything. But Demon Souls look amazing. After what I watched, crap. After what I watched, it looked amazing. I did like what I saw. The demo. the stated demo was like a nice little touch. Um, it's Dark Souls. Well, Demon Souls is the original Dark Souls. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's Dark Souls. No, it's the game that started that whole formula. And honestly, I could not be more happier with what I see. It looks like a faithful creation, but I will not pay. How much they asked for that game? $70 for a freaking remake of a PS3 game. And I don't understand why Sony felt the need to charge us freaking $70 for video games, because we already hate paying 60. For video games. I say $50 at most is the best for these games that we're getting. I don't think because they're getting 4K and stuff like that, they ain't really worth it. Because the media's, even though that we're paying $70 more for it, the media that they're being placed on is not worth it. I remember Nintendo trying to do this stuff like $70 games with the Nintendo Switch, because the Nintendo Switch cost a lot. Now I understand that because the cartridges cost a lot. You're gonna charge like $70, or you're gonna charge a Switch tax. Switch tax to be handled like that. I understand that, but Sony is selling regular games at regular price. Sony is selling regular games at $70. I don't think that's really sustainable for the market. It's not, because you're gonna have people really gonna start. You have people. You're gonna have people who's gonna start saving their money and like wait for the game to drop. That's gonna, you're not gonna make anything back like you were planning to, because you now have people who don't want to buy the games at 70 waiting for a price drop. And who knows how long they'll keep these games at 70. They probably keep these games at 70 until the games are able to make back their money. So that's the problem. We don't know what in the world Sony has in store for like this $70 game. I don't understand how you got to convince people to buy games at $70. That's my thing. I don't see why we're getting upcharged. Now, I understand Nintendo and say, oh, if our cartridges cost a lot, these old people, we're not paying for the game no more, we're paying for the cartridges. And that makes sense. I think that purely makes sense. I think that purely makes sense. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, wow, that doesn't make sense. Ah, came back for a tie. Uh, but I don't think like it's right for people. I don't think it's right for the 7 games to be $70. I mean, the PlayStation game does look nice, right? And the consoles, I understand their price tag. A lot of people are not going to understand the price tag. As like, I'm glad that these consoles are not like a $400 system and a $500 system. They're both at $500 systems. But now when we get into discless systems, that's where I'm gonna have to raise an eyebrow. Okay. First and foremost, when I'm going on about Xbox, I would recommend anybody the Xbox Series X. They want a next-gen gaming experience. Why? Because the fact is, the games you get in you get in next-gen level graphics, next-gen level gaming at an entry price of $300. You literally don't get that when you start a new generation. That's the second system that did that for the ninth generation, and it's the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox Series X. But what it is, in the all digital version, it may look like, oh man, I'm gonna need mass storage for this, because if I'm gonna play all these games, go with Game Pass, and I get all these games for cheap. I got Bethesda games now. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I got Bethesda games, I got EA games, I got all these games to play. Microsoft games. A lot of these games, a lot of these studios, they're gonna be doing some stuff for the Xbox Game Pass. And I agree. I truly, I, I second this thought. I really do agree that the Xbox Series X is a good deal. However, I'm scared that the Xbox Series X is going to show a point in gaming where I'm not sure about. I'm sure that the Xbox Series X is going to show like a point in gaming where we're going to go into this all digital feature kind of game, everything like that, and you gonna have, more digitals. You gonna have a more digital future because of this stuff. Because they're seeing the benefits of having a more digital future, aka cheaper games. You ain't gonna see like the more physical stuff anymore because you're gonna have all these people who are like, oh, we can just buy these games for digital. This is why a lot of people play on PC because they can get a lot of games cheaper because it's digital gaming. It's not like they're not paying for no disc or anything. It's just cheaper. It's digital download and it's cheaper with the game. And that's what I'm afraid of when it comes out to the Series X. But again, it's a great price point, a great entry point for any console connoisseur who likes to buy consoles. It's a great entry price, especially for next gen. $300, you can't beat that. It's a deal. It's a deal. Crap. It's a deal, and I think a lot of people need. So when it comes down to the actual console, well, let me go ahead and talk about the PS5 digital. The PS5 digital, honestly, is very worthless in my honest opinion. PS5 digital, $400. You're still going to be paying the same kind of prices for those games, even though they're all digital. You're not really getting no good discount, no good gaming. You're still paying a premium to get into next gen gaming. You're still paying a premium on pricing for the games, software, and everything. There's no, how can I say, clarification on that about why we should buy a digital PS5 instead of getting a PS5 cheaper, in my honest opinion. So, I didn't see it there. So, with that being said, PS5, the PS5, I'm not going to sit here and just say, oh, yeah, I need a PS5, a PS5 this was, why? When I'm going to be paying the same prices I would be in retail for the games. So it's not going to really be like, do I really need to? Or, so there's more benefits in buying the Xbox Series X than there is the PS5. PS5. Now let's talk about that. Now I got jumped. Let's talk about that Xbox not the Xbox and the PS5. Okay, so both consoles, you get the full next gen experience at $500. They're disc systems, which is the one I'm probably gonna get when it's time for me to get a next gen console. When I think about next gen, I'm gonna get the disc system because I like my physical media. Literally, I love displaying my games that I own. It's hard to say I own a game and I don't have a disc or a cartridge to show for it. Like, you feel me? That's the thing about it. And I think this is a great asking price, especially for these next gen games, especially for next gen games. Again, it's kind of hard. I feel to swallow for the $70 games coming from both Xbox and Microsoft. I'm really thinking about how can I lessen my spending with next generation consoles. So that's what I'm thinking about. It's not about the money. It's not about what kind of graphics. I'm thinking about when I spend my money for the next generation console. How much money can I enter the next generation in without breaking the bank? That's what I'm thinking about. A lot of gamers don't think about that. A lot of people just look at the graphics. And even when you look at the pre-orders already, a lot of these pre-orders are being sold out because gamers jumping in, not really thinking about what they're buying. They're just jumping in because it's next generation, baby. It's next generation gaming, and they all want a part of the flippy floppies, the jiggly wigglies, and everything. You know, trying to use my uh my my HDL to speak. You know, talking about all the frame rates, the flip flops, and everything, and the graphics and stuff like that. You're trying to enter all of that, and you're just buying because some people are just buying because it's Sony. Some people are literally buying PS4s because it's Sony. Not PS4, PS5 because it's Sony. And I'm not trying to discredit them or anything. What the freak? Ugh. My bad. My bad. But I'm thinking how can I lessen on spending because it seems like to me the next gen is going to be a whew to pay for it. It's going to be expensive to pay for because you got to think about what you're spending, what you're going to buy, what games and accessories and what consoles you're going to get. It's a lot going into next generation, especially with the prices that they're asking for. You know, you really got to think about it. Xbox Series X is the only way to go next gen because it's cheap, it's affordable. This list, I admit, I admit, but it's an option if you want it. I say tear it up. If you need next gen consoles, go for it. I'm not buying next generation, so I honestly see an actual need for next generation consoles. I'm not sitting here like if games don't continue to come to Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, I might as well continue to play on those consoles. If you catch my drift, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, look, that's it. That's it. So now that we can talk about Xbox and Bethesda, what about that love? That's some space love right there. I did not see coming. Who had Xbox buying Bethesda out for 2020? Who did? It's well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's an amazing news that Xbox is buying like these publishers and everything. They're shopping for games. You know, oh, that's why they're shopping for publishers and games. You know, they're trying to build up a great IP base. They're trying to build up trying to actually how can I say spend for this because they did not spend whatsoever on the Xbox Series, not Xbox, the Xbox One X. Like I am serious. Like what Xbox got for the Xbox One X is not how can I say it wasn't very good. How about that? You know, a lot of games flopped and failed on that system. A lot of games flopped and failed on that system. Like I'm flopping that Call of Duty right now. A lot of games flopping and failing. It was not good. You know, when Nintendo can fail half the generation and come back the second half, you know that your console was how can I say a fail, a fail because you know they had Nintendo down. You know they really had Nintendo down. You know everybody was really just not Nintendo's plans of how they're going to approach with the Xbox One X and PS5 and PS4 Pro coming out. How they going to really content compete with that exactly? And they had Nintendo pinned down for that, and Nintendo came back. So of course the question was in the air how can Nintendo come back from this? Well, I'll explain it to you right now. You know, Xbox and their stuff. So, because Xbox wasn't really spending on this generation. You know, the only thing that was investing in was hardware because every time you see them at E3, oh, we got new controllers, we got new special edition system coming out. You know, they had all these fancy giveaways and stuff like that. And you know, you ask yourself, how did Microsoft manage? But they'll have this create your own controllers and stuff like that. Yeah, Sega, not Sega. Oh my God, why that even come up in my head? So again, you have Nintendo and not Nintendo. I'm getting mixed up. They have Xbox spending this time around, so it makes me good to see that they're spending on these next generation of games. They're spending on these next generation of games. And they're spending good money, you know, just to make sure that their games are like top notch and they're up there and everything. They're making sure that they're having the games that they need. Oh God, I heard somebody laughing in the games. Somebody was off mic. But yeah. So with Microsoft buying out these companies, I'm glad that they're spending for next generation. They're thinking about what kind of games they can put on their console that's gonna make the console appealing. What I'm scared of is some of my favorite console manufacturers, you know, getting bought out just for the sake of getting bought out. You know, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm more afraid for Sega because, as you know, I'm a Sonic fanboy. And I love Nintendo because I get Zelda and Sonic on my. I get Zelda, Sonic, Smash on my console, and I love the fact that Sonic is still on like the consoles. You know, it's okay if Microsoft has like exclusive deals for games, but the straight up buy out companies, yeah, everybody was looking for Microsoft to buy them out because buy out WWE, I said WWE, WB Games because of their little buying out party they had. You know, they were buying out companies left to right and everything. So I'm glad that Xbox is still spending money on the console, but don't monopolize the gaming industry because there's only so few developers left that Microsoft can go after. They can go after Ubisoft, EA. Actually, all bets is on EA since they're buddy with that Game Pass thing. Um, EA, they can go up EA, Sega, Square, you name it. You know, I'm afraid that Sony might start just buying up the big names just so the Microsoft will get any of them for their console, forcing people to buy a PS5 like that. You know, when you look at Microsoft was purchasing, Microsoft was purchasing indie studios that were starting to make AAA games. Stuff like Ninja Theory, Boom Studios, Double Fine. They was buying out those kind of. They wasn't just buying out like big name developers. They was just buying out developers that need the boost. If you know what I mean. That's that's what that's what I'm talking about like that. Microsoft can continue just to buy out those kind of developers that have worked on some of these first party Microsoft games they have like Doom. They have, like, yeah, now they have Doom, but they have games like Banjo Kazooie that can use it. They have games like they can. What about Boots the Cat? They can probably get Boots the Cat some finally as well. You know, maybe with some of the new studios that they're trying hard to like purchase and everything like that. It's actually kind of good to see Microsoft actually spending money this generation. It's spending money in hardware and software. That's good, and people should be praising Microsoft for doing that. But also just encouraging them to not monopolize. So that's what it's looking like. Like that's the big fear that everybody has right now. Monopolize the industry with with, game, with these developers buyouts. So yeah, it's kind of shaky and it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. But I'd rather see like Microsoft not buy out unnecessary, unnecessarily. Uh, so yeah, that's how I think about that. It's good that Microsoft bought out developers, but you know that's good. That's a good thing for Microsoft buying. I got you off the topic. It's already dragged on. So all right. So we already talked about our next gen. We already talked about our next gen talk. because why not? Bomb. So yeah, so I think the last thing we gotta talk about is Nintendo and what they are doing with the Switch Pro, everything, what they're doing now with like the games they're putting out. Like so far, Nintendo right now, people thought Nintendo was down and out for the rest of 2020. Now they're just with a handful of topics too that we can talk about for Nintendo. So Nintendo, let me go ahead and just be honest with you. How Nintendo is handling things like announcements and stuff like that, Nintendo is handling them really well. With Twitter, last night they announced Kirby Fighters 2, a smaller game for like $20 that the fans could purchase to tide them over into like Pikmin 3 or like freaking what's another game that's coming out? Uh, Pikmin 3. Oh, Hyrule Warriors is coming out. But I like how they are like looking at like trying to announce like on the fly. Like how can we announce games without showing our hands too early? Like they're using these developer showcases, you know, for like they're using these developer showcases to like crap. I don't know how to just say it. Mask, you know, tie the fans over on announcements to like a big announcements. Like that's what they're doing with these announcements. They're just trying to give fans something, because their games got delayed and everything. We're seeing the results of that now. We're basically seeing E3's hand unfold before our eyes. Like Hyrule Warriors, we're seeing games like Hyrule Warriors, games like what was that game? Well, that just came out. They got Mario 3D All Stars, which probably wasn't even an announcement. You're seeing like the stuff, but how Nintendo's handling it and everything. I really do like how Nintendo's handling like the lackluster year. They're trying to go out with a bang at least, and I think that's a big. I think that's a big way to do it. Go out with a small bang, go out with a small bang, and prep for next year. It's something they did in 2018. Y'all remember in 2018, Smash Bros. And Pokemon really was all they had, and that's the gist of it. Smash Bros. Pokemon. I forgot what they had in 2018 besides that. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, but they still went out with a sort of bang. That's what Nintendo needs to continue to do. Is continue to go out with these smaller bangs and everything. So yeah, but I want to talk about one more thing that I believe. I ran out of saying. I don't even know realize it. One thing I want to talk about is the Nintendo Switch Pro and what gamers are expecting Nintendo to do in this Nintendo Switch Pro, and why I think that their ideals are not, well, how can I say, as good for the Switch Pro. So yeah, people want Nintendo Switch Pro to be like a switchless system. And when I mean non-switchless, they wanted to make it a complete home console for them. I mean, I'm not, I understand like people want Nintendo to make a regular home console again, but here's the thing: when people look at how they handled the 3DS and how they managed to like pull how they managed to pull that out how they managed to pull like an upgrade out that system. They managed to pull two and they adapted it later to the weaker model, which was the Nintendo 2DS. when you actually look at how Nintendo handled that, I think they're going to do the same structure they did with the 3DS. They're going to release a upgrade. They're going to release an upgrade, and they're going to release a crap. They're going to release an upgrade, and they're going to release the upgrade to the smaller model later, which I think that's a smart idea. I think it's a smart idea coming from Nintendo. I think they continue to do this. What I think the Switch Pro is going to be is like a more up-res like Switch. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow for them, not 4K exactly, but it's going to be 4K ready at least. When I mean 4K ready, I mean the graphics are not going to be like 4K level. They're going to be able to render their games at 4K level. So that's what I'm trying to explain here and how this is going to work. So Nintendo is thinking on like a level. They're thinking on that level of, we're not going to up. We're not going to actually like do a system that can do like PlayStation 4 or 5, not for PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. But at least what we're going to do is get close enough, something on the lines of the PS4. So we're basically getting a portable PS4, from my understanding. That's what we're getting. That's what we're going to be getting. That's what they're looking to develop with this the Nintendo Switch Pro. That's what we're going to look at. When we actually see how Nintendo is actually coming in, with these games and everything. I heard like a small rumor that Nintendo is like uncapping their games, so when they actually get that Pro out, they can actually, how can I say, for the most part, secure upgrades. They can secure upgrades for the machine. So when like next games come out and it's like running terribly, we can buy these kind of games on you can buy these games on the regular Switch, and you can buy the Switch Pro. And that's why I'm hoping for at least, because I'm not hoping for games to be like exclusive to the Switch Pro, because that's what the anti-consumer miss. You got all these people buying out these regular Switches, and then later on they gotta buy a Switch Pro to play other games. But they're gonna get these games 4K ready or at least updatable, so like the games can run better on the new Switch. Like one of the games that I'm hoping for is Jump Force, because Jump Force is a problematic game. If I say so, the game looks ugly. The game looks ugly, not looking really good on the Switch, but in handheld mode, it looks good and runs well in that kind of mode. And I think that that's something that Nintendo does need. That those kind of games coming over, people want Nexus to come over to Switch. People want games like Final Fantasy to come over to Switch. Stuff like that. Nintendo just doesn't have the heart. God dang, we really died this time. What my team doing the whole time? See my before I talk to you about my team. Wow. Like die hard correctly. We was getting murked. Ain't no doubt about it. We was getting murked. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is this: like, if Nintendo Switch comes out, and they do develop for it, we got games running high-end engines on it already. Like, take a look for what game just got announced. Freaking Monster Hunter just got announced for Nintendo Switch. That just got announced with Nintendo Switch, and that's running on the RE engine. You know that engine is not prepared for Switch. They had to make that engine over for the Switch. So you'll be seeing that level, you'll be seeing that entry level. Okay, let me be honest with you. The entry level 8th gen system, that's actually a 9th gen system, it's entry level, guys. Keep that in mind. Entry level. You're gonna be seeing them with the entry level graphics like PlayStation 4 and Xbox X. You looking at games like Immortal, Phoenix Rising. That game looks like a next generation game. It's coming to play. It's coming to Nintendo Switch, and like games like Balan Wonderland. That's another game that's coming to Nintendo Switch. It's gonna look great. You're gonna have games, and they're prepping to launch with games like Mario. They're prepping the launch of the system with like games like Mario 3D World, Monster Hunter Rise, Balan Wonderland, and they're gonna also have games like. And people are banking on the Legend of Zelda coming out at the same time. Honestly, they ain't gonna release Legend of Zelda that close together. Honestly, I think Nintendo has something up their sleeves for the Switch Pro launch. I'm not saying I believe the rumors. I'm just saying that people need to temper their expectations. Like a lot of people are asking for Nintendo to take away what makes the Switch. And even with the Switch Lite, you know, it's still there. The concept is still there. You know, the main focus of the Switch is that be able to take your console games anywhere you like. Right? So now now I'm off my rockers about the Nintendo Switch. Now we have to rock about the Nintendo Switch. Let's go ahead and just talk about Mario 3D Collection. You know, I want to go ahead and be honest with you. Mario 3D Collection is bare bones. That's something that I've been dying to talk to you guys about. I've been ready to give my honest opinion of that game for a while. Um, the Mario is a bare bones game, but my God, what that's not. The features are not selling the game. The games are what's selling that game. And games that have like games like freaking Mario Sunshine, 64, and Galaxy. That's what's selling the game. Tragedy that Super Mario Galaxy 2 doesn't exist, but Super Mario 3 Collection is mostly selling because the games that are in it that's selling it. It's true. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, it's not." I got that caught right in the middle. It's true. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh no, that's not true, because people are remembering the time they had with these games. They are remembering, how good these games felt. It's not exactly one to one and everything, but Super Mario the 3D Collection, I am enjoying a lot, only because the fact of, you have these nice nice first party Nintendo games, it's a nice little compilation that I think is warranted. I think the compilation was needed. I think a lot of people really wanted this compilation. Not in the way that it was presented, but if people really wanted this game, it was a good boost to the Nintendo 2020. It's something that they actually needed. I'm gonna go ahead and just talk to you guys about this collection. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, no cap. The game I've been spending the most time with in the collection is um, Super Mario Sunshine. Mostly. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am in love with Super Mario Sunshine. That is my go-to game of choice. I love that game a lot. Um, I when I had the game on GameCube when I was young. When I was playing the game on GameCube when I was young, I didn't really get to play it. It got stolen from me. And then my cousin got it. And then I didn't remember this much about it. Um, I didn't remember this much about the game. My cousin got it and he gave it to me. For a trade, I think it was a trade of Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, see, Grand Theft Auto, Sunshine takes priority over Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, so I'm happy with the fact I get to play Super Mario Galaxy, and it looks gorgeous in HD. I am surprised at how that game looks in HD. Super Mario Galaxy, the controls nice and tight. I still have those instances where I can't stop Mario from moving. You know, I still have that problem where I can't stop Mario from moving. In some of the areas, I actually have to fall to my death. That's okay. That's some of that old school junk that these young birds. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. These young birds just don't get anymore. They don't understand how we used to struggle with this stuff, man. Y'all live in an age where technology has evolved so that y'all get type perfect controls. I get type perfect controls, out the box. Y'all don't get those SW stuff like that. These engines are fine tuned to y'all like it. Y'all like this stuff, this kind of stuff. I get that. That's where that's where y'all live in these days. For us, man, we had to suffer through this stuff, man. We had to suffer through this. So yeah, so the games like Super Mario, Sunshine, I still get that old school jank, and I do love that. I do like that old school jank. That we do get. It's fun and it's actually a good game. Like I'm almost done with the game already. I still have not made it to the particular scene. I know where it's at. I have not played that level, but I have beaten the Sandbird. It took me a couple of tries, you know, because my stupidity. You know, the game. It was simple. It was simple as pie. When you look at what's going on with the game, everything like that. It was simple as pie. You know, the Sandbird level. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That was a fun one, and I really do love that version. I really do like that stage a lot. It was really a fun. It was really cool to see. For the first time for me actually, because I didn't get that far in Mario Sunshine when I first got it. Again, I didn't get that opportunity because my game got stolen, along with my whole library of games. So with that being said, I like the Mario Sunshine. Now, I'm gonna go off my experience with Galaxy. I didn't really spend as much time with Galaxy. Why? Because Galaxy on the Switch, it's janky. I don't like it. It's not as precise as the Wii version of the game. Why? Because it's not as precise as the Wii version of the game. Why? It's it doesn't feel right. It feels like I'm not in control like I was. With Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii, I felt like I was in control all the time. And now with the Switch over the Joy Cons, it just doesn't feel right. And I tried the Pro Controller. I don't like it. I don't like the Pro Controller with Super Mario Galaxy. It's not very good to me. Um, it doesn't feel right. How can I say that? It's it, it feels like that game was specifically made for the remote only because trying to play that game with any other type of Wii remote, any other type of remote, it just doesn't feel right. I cannot get used to it. I am a person of what goes should go. It's like the same thing with Mario. Because a lot of people think that Mario controls better on the Sunshine with a game controller, and I think that Mario Galaxy controls better with a remote and nunchuck. Excuse me for a minute. So, with that being said, Mario Galaxy on Switch, not my cup of tea. Now, this is going to surprise a lot of people. Super Mario 64 is fun to play on Switch. Super Mario 64, I actually do like that a lot. The Mario games, it's like okay. Which one, baby? Uh, my PS. Oh, that was. This is something. So yeah, with that being said, I gotta be honest with you. Get my face together. With that being said, I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't like. Well, I like. Well, no. No, I like 64 on Switch. It's actually pretty good. It actually feels great. It actually feels a lot better than I actually thought. Like I thought, like I'm gonna get all the 64 chips for this. Give me just a moment. Alright, y'all. And I'm back. I'm sorry I interrupted. I got interrupted. I don't like to be talking on. I don't like to be talking to the next. So, yeah. So, yeah, where was I at? Where was I at? Okay, so I was talking about Mario 64, right? Switch, right? A better game. Like, Super Mario 64 actually feels good on the Switch. I couldn't really pick what I got enough stars, I got like 12 stars before I had to touch it again. I've been focusing on Sunshine a lot since that was the game that I was focusing on since I had played 64 a lot when I was a kid and since I played come on, where is these guys coming from? Oh my god, I lost my first place because I don't know what the heck is happening. I can't keep up. Can't keep up. Yeah, like one shot. And we got these people. Like we trying to cap. But yeah, that's all I got to say. You know, for this podcast. Really, honestly, I did this podcast, knowing I didn't have much to talk about going in because I really wanted this to be a podcast. I promise you got a podcast. I couldn't really just do it without you. I gotta work on getting some more people to communicate with me. This community. I'm a gamer. We're all gamers in this community. I just really want to. This is a podcast with you guys. Sorry, it was horrible. I wish I could. If I could go one podcast without getting interrupted by family or something like that, that would be great. There's a podcast, they pop up somehow. Either it's my mom coming to the room, stuff like that. They see me on the computer and everything, they see me everything. But, literally. Crap. See, I'm trying to get back in my good graces, my good standing. But my God, somebody is in their captain. Oh, bro, what a camper. I gotta come back. Camper. I'm trying to keep my first place. I'm trying to keep my sanity. I can't. I could do some better. Oh, come on. Crossfire, really? That is at least like a clean win before I go. I'm not trying to run up score or anything. Well, yes, I am trying to run up score, actually. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Every time it's in the heat of a moment, I always run up score. Oh, run up score! Oh, woo! That was a clean victory. Woohoo! Hey, a clean victory before I go. Hey, look, I usually don't play Call of Duty this bad. I literally don't. I don't. Okay, I'm lying. I do. I suck at Call of Duty. Y'all see that? Last win of the game. I don't care about blocked up Ray because that man, he camper, blocked up Ray. Still couldn't take me out. But yeah, all in all, I should be back for another podcast. So, and okay, like I said, I'm gonna try to do a just gaming stream where I just game. I don't know what game I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna give it to y'all. I'm actually gonna give that to y'all, and I'm gonna ask y'all what games do you want me to play, and what games y'all want me to play. Um, uh, so yeah, I'll make a video poll about the game. And we're actually gonna sit there and we're actually enjoy a game. We're actually gonna sit there and enjoy a game. I'm picking out games right as we speak. Oh my god, I forgot my chair is broken. I almost tipped out of it. But yeah, I'm looking at my collection of games. We're gonna try and get it done. All right. So anyway, it's your boy Kahuna Silver signing out. Deuces, remember, social distance, wash your hands, stay safe, stay indoors, you know, don't be an idiot, wear your mask, do your things right now here, man. It's your boy Kahuna Silver, I'm signing out. Deuces. Alright, and again, thank y'all. 100 subscribers, finally. Thank y'all. Y'all watch the podcast. This is for y'all. I knew I didn't have much to talk about, but I still was going to give y'all a little podcast or something. Sorry for a terrible, terrible Call of Duty gameplay. It could have been better, but it should. But I already said it should play already 3 times already. So I'm out. I'm out. Deuces.